Hey folks, and welcome to TK Power Sports. So we're out here today with Yamaha in lovely Colorado and Utah riding this, the RMAX 1000. Now I'm gonna produce a full review on this machine, but right now we're gonna talk to the man responsible for testing and developing this thing, and he's gonna tell us all about it. Well, Pat, we've been having a great ride out here today, and thanks for having us out. So I kind of just want to start really basic on the RMAX. Where does this machine fit into the Yamaha lineup? Like, what customer is this aimed at?
Yeah, it really covers such a wide range. The RMAX really is the do-it-all machine for Yamaha. You know, it really does. When we were during development, we talked about where it would shine the brightest. Where is it targeted for? And it was really 25% trail, 25% rock, 25% desert, 25% mud. It really covers you know, a lot of North America in that way. And we wanted to make sure it had the benefits and features to cover all those areas. You know, starting with the engine, you know, a 999cc parallel twin with the unique 270-degree firing order. Gives you enough power. We're at elevation today here in Colorado and Utah, and even though it's naturally aspirated, it really gives you enough power to do all the things, all the kind of terrain that is evident here, and it gives you the power to do it the way you want to do it. So that's a big part of it, and of course D mode is a key part of that. Being able to tune the type of throttle response you want, matching your mindset. That's what sport, trail, and crawl do. You still get 100% of the engine power in all three modes, but those three modes really match what you're focused on based on the driver's mind. And even, I talk about this a lot, I use crawl mode a lot, even when I just have a passenger because I want to talk or communicate with my passenger. I use crawl just because it smooths everything out so much, but I still have the power to do the biggest hill climbs available, or the biggest, steepest terrain. Yeah,
I was feeling the same thing. I had it in crawl mode, crawling kind of out of the rocks, and then you get in the wide open. You don't have to change it because foot to the floor, you have the same power, right? So it's kind of nice. So I think kind of maybe one of the defining characteristics is the fact that you still have a dump bed on the machine. So first of all, if you know off the top of your head, the capacity on the dump bed, and then second, again, is that something customers are really asking for? Like, how much do you hear about how important the dump bed still is?
Absolutely. In this class, that's a key buying decision for customers. A 600-pound dumping cargo bed. Dumping, a lot of our customers don't even actually use it to dump sand or gravel or firewood necessarily. Some of them do, of course, but it also eases access for maintenance and for cleaning, just very convenient. So a lot of people ask for a dumping cargo bed in this class of vehicle, and it really is a key feature that people are looking for. The other key is a 2-inch receiver hitch with 2,000 pounds of towing capacity. That is another key feature for this class and something the RMAX really excels at. The Ultramatic transmission really enhances that by, again, having an ultra durable belt system really enhances the ability to tow large loads up of any kind of terrain.
Sure. And actually, speaking of Ultramatic, can you touch on the 10-year belt warranty and how you guys are able to offer it? Because, you know, Yamaha is pretty amazing in that way, offering that warranty. So just, you know, talk us through that. How are you taking care of that belt?
Yeah, the Ultramatic system was developed, you know, in 1998, but everything's just been upsized ever since then. You know, of course, to match the large capacity of the engine and you know, the overall weight of the vehicle. But the core technology is still there. The centrifugal clutch that maintains constant belt tension means the belt's never slipping. And that really enhances the belt durability in a wide variety of circumstances. You get to choose high or low range in a much more wide variety of circumstances than you would with some of the other belt systems on the market. So centrifugal clutch takes all that abuse. It's riding in engine oil, it's nice and cool, and takes all that abuse. And then the other key point for the Ultramatic system is, combined with the on-command four-wheel drive system, is the one-way bearing or the sprag clutch that keeps the driveline engaged with all four wheels, you know, coming down a steep hill, letting off the throttle, engine RPM coming down, wheel speed coming up. In most CVT systems, at that point, they feel like they've popped into neutral. The Ultramatic system keeps that engaged. It feels very natural. It's very seamless. You don't even notice it. And of course, when you're on the throttle, four-wheel drive stays engaged all the time as well. And so that's a key point for Ultramatic, and how it works with on-command is critical.
Yeah, I was feeling the engine braking today, and it felt great coming down those hills for sure. So next up, if you want to we can do a little walk around here. And I think I want to start with tires and suspension. So you can talk us through, you know, why you went with the Fox shocks and then why the Maxxis Carnivores here.
Well, a lot of it came from the market. Again, trying to cover all that terrain in a way that the customers want to drive the vehicle. Having a lot of suspension travel, working with Fox, you know, we have 14.2 inches of travel in the front and you know, 16.9 inches of travel in the rear. That's the most in this class of vehicle. And then of course, working with Fox to develop settings that again, really focus on low speed comfort was our #1 goal. But again, having that travel allows the driver, the customer, to be able to drive in a way at higher speeds over bigger bumps, especially what we experience here on the mountain trails out west. You're gonna cover those speeds, cover that terrain at a higher speed, and the bumps are relatively big. So that travel allows us to give everybody that low speed comfort where they want it, and the high speed bump absorption where they want it also. Tire size. A 30-inch square setup is definitely the most common requested setup on the market. Having it be non-directional, having it be, again, fully square and being able to carry one spare and make it work. We've got the Maxxis Carnivore on the XTR model and the LE model, and then we have the GBC Dirt Commander 2.0 on the R-Spec model. 8-ply ratings are critical. They're all non-directional and square, and they're both 8-ply rated. Sidewall durability is very important to this customer. So making sure, again, they can drive on trails with a reasonable tire pressure and have that excellent sidewall durability to get back to the truck, get back to camp is critical for this customer.
Gotcha. And then I think one other thing I've been noticing a lot today, and you can probably speak to this, is just how almost mid-engine it is, how that engine is pushed so far forwards, right beside you almost as you're driving, right? So what's the weight or distribution like? And then how much was that, a conscious decision if we want that engine as close to the middle as we can get it?
Definitely a balanced feeling chassis. The weight balance, we really focused on that because the type of terrain that this customer wants to drive on, again, whether it's East Coast, West Coast, no matter where you are in North America, you want that weight to be very centralized and very balanced. We know they want to drive over steep and technical terrain, and we want to maintain that contact to ground feeling. You want to feel like the tires are touching. That of course was critical during suspension development, making sure the tires feel like they're in contact with the ground. Having an anti-sway bar on the front but not have one in the back really maintains that excellent contact to ground feeling, articulation feeling, and of course comfort. But the engine placement, it is a very large engine, and having it as low as possible. It's a dry sump oiling system, keeping the crankshaft as low as possible and the overall engine size as short as possible allows us to get that weight low and centered in the vehicle, gives you that confidence when you're tackling that tough terrain.
Yeah, you definitely feel it out there. I think that's all the high points. I guess the question I always like to kind of end off on is what's your favorite part of the RMAX? Do you have one feature that really stands out to you, or one feature maybe you struggled with to really get it right in testing and then you kind of nailed it? Is there one thing that stands out to you at all?
Yeah, I would say the D-mode system.
Cool.
I love the D-mode system. It was really something unique that we brought from the R1 Super Sport bike.
Yeah.
Of course it's in a different application there, but really giving everybody what they want, everybody what they're looking for from an engine response standpoint. All in the past during development, you always have to kind of compromise a little bit, and this person might prefer this way, this person might prefer it that way.
Totally.
But the D-mode system really allows us to give everybody what they're looking for, and I really enjoy that.
Cool. Yeah, more choice is always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks, Pat. I appreciate it, man.
You got it. Thank you.
Well, folks, that's it for this one. Now, please go in the comments. Let me and Pat know what you think of this RMAX 1000. And I said I'm going to be doing a full review, so make sure you come back to the channel real soon for that. As always, while you're down below, make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come back here to TK Power Sports to see what we're testing next. See ya.